Hello, everyone. It's Kyle Snow, certified fashion designer representing Leatheringscom. Today, we're diving into a crucial topic. At what temp do you need a jacket? All right, let's kick things off with an important point. It's not just about the temperature. I know we all have this mental number when we think, yep, time for a jacket, but there's a lot more to it than that. Your need for a jacket depends on factors like wind chill, humidity, sun exposure, and even your own personal tolerance to cold. Let's break these down. Wind chill. Ever noticed how sometimes it's 60 degrees but feels much colder? That's wind chill in action. Wind can cut through your clothing, making the temperature feel significantly lower than what your weather app says. This is where lightweight, wind-resistant jackets or windbreakers come in handy, even when the thermometer reads a temperature that wouldn't normally call for a jacket. Humidity. Humidity can make the air feel warmer or cooler depending on the season. In summer, high humidity makes the air feel hotter, but in colder months, low humidity can make the air feel much cooler. So, you might feel comfortable without a jacket on a dry day in the mid-60s, but need one if the air is damp. Sun exposure. The sun can drastically change how warm you feel. In 50-degree weather with direct sunlight, you might be fine without a jacket. But step into the shade, or once the sun sets, and you'll likely want something warmer. The time of day plays a big role too. Early morning or late evening, temperatures can drop quickly, even if the day has been mild. Personal tolerance. Everyone has a different cold tolerance, and this plays a huge role in when you personally feel like you need a jacket. Some people are totally comfortable in short sleeves at 60 degrees, while others will reach for a light jacket when it's barely under 70. It's all about knowing your body and dressing accordingly. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty. At what temperatures should you consider wearing a jacket? I'm going to break this down by general temperature ranges and give you some suggestions for the best types of jackets to wear at each stage. 70 degrees and above. Once we're at 70 degrees and higher, jackets are usually optional. You might opt for a light layer like a denim jacket or a casual blazer in the evening, or if there's a breeze. But generally, most people will be fine without a jacket in this range. However, if you're in a place where the wind can be strong or temperatures drop drastically after sunset, it's still a good idea to carry a light jacket just in case. 60 to 70 degrees. Here's where it starts to get tricky. For many, this is the perfect weather for light jackets. Think denim jackets, bomber jackets, or even lightweight leather. It's not cold enough to break out the heavy-duty layers, but if the air is crisp, you'll want something on your arms. If you're particularly sensitive to cold, you might even wear a thin sweater or cardigan under your jacket. 50 to 60 degrees. For most people, this is jacket territory. When the temperature drops below 60, you'll definitely want to consider a medium-weight jacket. Trench coats, leather jackets, and quilted jackets all make great choices here. These jackets provide enough warmth to keep you comfortable, but they're still light enough that you won't feel overheated if the sun is out. If it's windy, a softshell jacket or windbreaker can also be a great option to cut the chill. 40 to 50 degrees. At this point, we're getting into colder weather where you need more insulation. For temperatures between 40 and 50 degrees, you're looking at heavier materials. Wool coats, puffer jackets, or insulated down jackets are all good choices here. You'll want something that can keep you warm if the wind picks up or the sun goes down. Layering is also key in this range. You can wear a light sweater or thermal underneath your jacket to stay comfortable. 30 to 40 degrees. Now, we're talking serious cold. Below 40 degrees, you'll want a heavier coat, such as a parka, peacoat, or thick puffer jacket. If you're spending extended time outdoors, especially in windy or damp conditions, you may also want to consider layering with scarves, gloves, and hats. The key here is insulation. You want a jacket that keeps the cold air out and retains your body heat. Below 30 degrees. Anything below 30 degrees is when you need to pull out your winter gear. Down jackets, heavy wool coats, or parkas are essential. These coats should offer excellent insulation, and you'll also want to add layers underneath, like thermal shirts, long-sleeve t-shirts, and sweaters. Don't forget accessories like gloves, scarves, and hats to stay fully protected. One of the best strategies for dealing with fluctuating temperatures is layering. Sometimes, especially in the spring and fall, the temperature can vary drastically throughout the day. It might be cool in the morning, warm by the afternoon, and chilly again in the evening. This is when layers become your best friend. Base layer. Start with a comfortable base layer, like a t-shirt or a long sleeve top. This will be your foundation, and if the weather warms up, you can always strip down to just this layer. Mid-layer. Add a lightweight sweater, hoodie, or fleece as your mid-layer. This gives you warmth but is easy to remove if you get too warm. Outer layer. Finally, choose your jacket or coat based on the temperature. For mild weather, a light jacket is enough, but as the temperature drops, you can opt for something heavier. And if it's windy or rainy, make sure your outer layer offers some wind or water resistance. Before we wrap up, let's talk about a few other factors that play a role in whether or not you need a jacket. Your activity. If you're going to be walking a lot or doing anything active, you might feel warmer even in cooler temperatures. In this case, you might opt for a lighter jacket or even skip the jacket altogether, knowing that your body will heat up as you move. On the other hand, if you're sitting outdoors or standing around for long periods, you're more likely to get cold, so a heavier jacket might be in order. Where you live, geography makes a big difference in when you'll need a jacket. If you're in a place with mild winters, you might not need a heavy coat until it's below 40 degrees. But if you live somewhere with harsh winds or wet winters, you might need to layer up even when it's in the 50s. Personal comfort. Ultimately, it all comes down to what makes you feel comfortable. Some people run cold and need a jacket as soon as it's under 70 degrees, while others don't feel the chill until it's below 50. Listen to your body and dress in a way that makes you feel your best. So, at what temperature do you need a jacket? The short answer is it depends. It's a combination of the temperature, wind chill, humidity, sun exposure, and your own comfort level. But as a general guide, you'll want to start considering a jacket once the temperature drops below 70 degrees, and as it gets cooler, you'll adjust the weight and style of your outerwear accordingly. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. I hope this helps you next time you're standing by your closet wondering, do I need a jacket today? If you found this episode helpful, make sure to subscribe and share it with your friends. And let me know at what temperature do you reach for a jacket